unplug. Did you just keep by looking at Jaya all the time?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, this looks good to me. Looks pretty good. You followed you, Jaya?
Yes.
Yeah, background looks pretty good. Go ahead and take questions anytime.
So what is your name and what are you doing these days?
I'm Satish Chittibabu, and I'm an FFE scholar, and I'm currently working in Chicago as a software consultant.
What is your family situation when you first started off? Your father passed away earlier.
Yeah, my father passed away in like 1984 when I was like a 5-year-old kid, and I was in my first grade. And after that, like I have an younger sister who is 2 years younger to me, and my father was working in an Andhra, and he was like he was working in coal mines, and so my mother wasn't working. So at that time, when my father expired, and so we moved back to Chennai, which is our native place, and we stayed with our grandparents, and my mom's siblings were there. So I was grown up in a joint family, and I come from a conventional lower middle class Indian family with struggling every day to make our ends meet, and my mom had to take up a tailoring job to support me and my sister for our education.
Tell me a lot more about your mom. In the sense, after your father died, how did she manage to carry on?
My mom, again, like because of her.
Use the word mother. I don't like the word mom.
Okay. My mother, she didn't go to school.
Don't look at the camera. Or look at Jaya. Okay.
My mother, she didn't go to school. She could only complete her 10th grade when she was studying, and after that, because of her family circumstances, she had to, learn some other skills which can get her a job or something like that. So she learned tailoring, and she's a tailor, like a ladies tailor. And after my father's death, my mom had to move back to Chennai with me and my sister, and she had to take up a tailoring job, and she had to do some like tailoring at home, and she was stitching clothes for like in and around our local area and other stuff.
Where was she employed?
She was employed at a garment.
We don't know who she is.
My mother was employed at a garments export factory where they make like t-shirts, shirts, pants, and stuff like that, and it's basically for all exports. So she was working in one of garments factory of that kind.
How many hours?
Stand by. Take a 5 seconds here.
Tell me about your mother.
My mother, she was working as a tailor to support me and my sister for our education. So she didn't go to school because of her financial situation at that time, and she just completed her 10th grade, and after that she took up a tailoring class, and which can give a job to her at that time. And she's kind of a professional tailor, but she had to work at a garments factory in Chennai to support me and my sister.
How many hours a day did she work, and what was the name of the garment factory?
She was working with a company called PS Apparels, and she was working from like 8 to 9 hours a day, morning from 8 to 5. And she used to come back at home and work at home the remaining hours until like maybe 10 in the night to stitch clothes and other dresses for her. Like, she had some customers locally.
Why did she do this? Because she wanted to put you through.
One thing she learned from. One thing my mother learned from her life is that financial circumstances shouldn't stop anyone from continuing their education. So if she made sure that because of our financial background, me and my sister, we don't stop our education at any one point of time, and we both were doing very good in school, and so she tried her best to make us enroll in a very good school, a private school, and so that we get the best of education. And so she had to work like crazy hours to make money to help us to go to school.
Was there any talk from the family about pulling you out of school?
Yeah, obviously seeing the strain my mother was going through, most of my mother's uncle and other family relatives, they just felt that like education is only for the creamy rich, and lower middle class people like us should just go with how the life goes on, like getting education in like a local school, and you cannot worry about the kids and all the time. But my mother was pretty strong, and she was a widow at like 25 years old, so she didn't remarry after that, and she wanted to prove a point to all our relatives and family that she can do it and she wanted to be a setting example for all other people in our friend and our neighborhood and family, to make sure that financial situation shouldn't spoil or stop anyone's education.
And how did you hear of
Change the shot. You can ask a question just to make it a little different.
How did you hear of Foundation for Excellence will be my question.
Go
But
ahead.
hold
I'm ready now. Go ahead.
So how did you hear of Foundation for Excellence?
As long as I was in high school and other stuff, like we were able to manage our fees, and with the little family savings and loans and
Say that again?
Yeah, let me clear that up.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead. And you can take a moment and ask the question again, and tape is rolling here.
So go ahead.
as long as I was in school, my mother was able to manage the fees along with my uncle, who was my mother's younger brother, and they were both able to manage with the little family savings and loans and other little income whatever we got from my mother's local tailoring business. But when I was ready to go to college, it was like a mini crisis, because I got good scores and good admit in one of the top engineering colleges, but we were very concerned about how we are going to fund my tuition and other education expenses. Exactly somewhere around that time, one of our family friends stopped by, and he heard about FFE through some mutual friend of his, and he introduced us to one of the FFE coordinator by name Ms. Kanti. It was only through her I came to know about Foundation for Excellence.
What did Foundation for Excellence do for you?
When I started with Foundation for Excellence in the year 1996, so that was the time when FFE was growing up, and my coordinator, I was one of the first student with my coordinator, so we didn't know the formal procedures of approaching FFE. Though she knew about FFE, this was the first time we were doing things for getting a scholarship for a candidate. So she asked me to write a mail and explaining my situation to FFE and see how FFE responds. To everyone's surprise, within 10 days I got a positive reply from FFE.
Can you hold on? Start with to everyone's surprise.
To everyone's surprise, in another 10 days we got a positive reply from FFE, and all this, they appreciated me for contacting them, and they said send us an expense report for your year in college and with supporting documents. So when I did, within like another 2-3 weeks, they just sent me my first scholarship covering my expenses for the first year.
What was the scholarship amount?
I think I gave an estimate of 20,000 rupees, because I was my native place is Chennai, Madras, but I was in Coimbatore. So FFE covered my tuition, my boarding, hostel, books, and all other related expenses. So 20,000 was a kind of an estimate for a year, and they gave me the full amount for that year.
If not for FFE, what would you have done?
If not for FFE, definitely life would have been tough for me, and I would not have been able to concentrate on my studies, because I would have been thinking about funding my education at that time, and it would have been a mini crisis at home, because my sister was following with me, like she had to go to college, and we had some little finances, and life would have been really, really tough for us financially if not for FFE.
Can you describe your mother's day and her struggles?
My mother's day, every day, like she used to, get to her job by 8 o'clock in the morning, and it was a strenuous job. I mean, like to give an to give a view of her job, like when she retired, because I forced her to retire after 15 years when I got a job. So she struggled through back pain and leg pain and a lot of things, because tailoring is not an easy job, and they have to go and like sit in the same place with a cramped environment, and it's pretty much like an assembly line where you don't get time to breathe or take a break, and it was pretty miserable when you consider the working condition and all those stuff. But I think her determination to succeed in life enabled her to continue with the struggle, and she faced a lot of health problems too, but she had to sacrifice all those things for the sake of her kids.
How important do you think an organization like FFE is?
Personally, I believe you can give any kind of a help to anyone, but education is one gift which can change their life as well as the generation's life, as in my case. I do consider giving education to a person is a precious gift, and I believe I got that. I was lucky enough to get that precious gift. Getting a scholarship from FFE changed me as a person to view things in a different way. I can see a lot of people who drop out of school and colleges because they are not able to afford education. They are so bright that if an organization like FFE helps them with their education, it would make a big difference in their life and a big impact for their generations. In my case, I made sure that since I got scholarship from FFE, I didn't want any of my family members to get a scholarship, because I felt that should be shared by all other people. So I made sure that I helped my cousins and my sister, and in a way I made a small impact to them.
In your opinion, what does giving back mean?
Giving back, you have to giving back in sort of money and material is not going to last forever, but giving back in terms of education is going to make a self-sufficient society and a self-sufficient individual.
Let me just change the short ones to go down slow. Just for variety. Okay, looking at Jaya all the time. Looking good. Anytime you're ready, Jaya, I'm good here.
Okay. Why is higher level education important?
Number one, it exposes.
No, we don't know what it is. So
Okay.
always include. Think of it as that is the only sentence we will ever hear from you.
Okay. Higher level education is very important in a lot of factors. Number one is it exposes you to different network of people, where you get to see what the world is and others. And
It wasn't that, but since we only short, let's take it again from the top.
Yeah.
Quiet in the back, please.
How important is higher level education?
higher level education is very important in a society like ours, where people get exposed to different network of people from different parts of the world who have who are in the same level of making a difference in the society. So it gives you a chance to improve your skill as well as to see what impact you can make to the society in general.
Tell me about your life. So after you got the FFE scholarship, what was your mother's reaction?
My mother was pretty happy after we got our first scholarship check, because for a kid who is 17 years old from a lower middle class family, getting a mail from the US itself is a big inspiration, and getting a scholarship check is beyond any limits. So the joy we had was so great that it gave a big motivation to my mother, because she felt that we can do. So she was so determined, her determination paid off. And obviously FFE didn't give a blank check or didn't give a check saying that, okay, we gave a check, you don't have to do anything. FFE just gave the scholarship with a caveat saying that your performance directly relates to your scholarship directly relates to your performance. You should be consistently performing, and that was sort of a great inspiration when someone from you don't know who is helping you, an unknown face, they tell you that you have to study because education is a great thing, and I believe the same. And when FFE said that, I felt that it was the greatest challenge anyone can give to me, and because I was good at studies and I can keep performing and don't have to think about finance again to support myself. So that was a great motivation and inspiration which I believe FFE gave me.
So you said you were good at studies. So how good were you, and how did you qualify for? How did you qualify for the FFE scholarship?
I was always among the top 3% in my school, and when obviously this was pretty interesting. I didn't know about the story how FFE approved my application, but when I met Mr. Vishwanathan, facilitator, he said that my application reached FFE office, but since it didn't come through a proper process or a coordinator and a facilitator, nobody really paid attention to the application. But it was Mr. Vishwanathan who stumbled upon that application. He looked at it and said, "Oh, wow, this is a good application, and this is a very good candidate with good scores and all other credentials, and we have to definitely help this guy." And I think that my education at school triggered someone like Mr. Vishwanathan to consider my application. And so in a way that we always study, but if we never know when we would get a reward for that. I believe that my school education and primary education and my family made me to understand that education is an important thing. So when I did that, and when that paid off as a scholarship, it was a great moment for me.
Excellent. I think we're done.
Okay, very good. Sit there, don't get up. You're on leash right now.
Yeah.
So I want to just keep you there.